Are we on the cusp of a major announcement in the US surrounding XRP and Ripple? Let's talk about it. I also have some really great clips about XRP, some stuff about the digital pound, some information about the global reserve currency, Hong Kong and assets, Moja Loop. Guys, there's a lot of information we're going to go over. Let's get to it. So major update, Ripple update coming soon. Are Ripple payments coming to the United States? Exciting news. A former Ripple director teased about significant announcements within the next few days. Dun, dun. All right, this could be the news, first news of the mainstream US adoption for XRP. Here's the scoop. Here's the information you need to know. Head of product marketing at Ripple revealed new product updates for Ripple payments in the US after 3 years of hiatus, taking a break. These updates are powered by Ripple's newly acquired money transfer licenses across 31 states. So if you're not from the US, there's 50 states, 31 of these states Ripple has a money transmitter license. So let me ask you this. You are a blockchain infrastructure company that does payments, right? You need these money licenses. And if you look at any other blockchain infrastructure company, even XLM, Ripple holds the most money transmitter licenses. And if you look around the world, they have a lot of different payment licenses to do business in other countries as well. So this is really like the beginning groundwork that you have to achieve before you can maybe launch a central bank digital currency using XRP, right? A company like Ripple would want to have all these licenses in place. And I wouldn't be surprised if when this is all said and done, Ripple is covering all 50 states. This development holds immense potential for XRP integration with the traditional US financial system. The US financial system is the biggest financial system in the world, trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars in value. And if it's good enough for the US, it's going to be good enough for any other country, right? That's my opinion. And so here's just like the CoinGate article, you know, this is just kind of what we went over. I don't really need to read this to you, but some smaller news agencies are covering it. I'll come back to this. So the role of a digital pound in promoting sustainability. So the Digital Pound Foundation is putting out more information surrounding how central bank digital currency could help the UK. Okay. And during this work, it became clear that whilst the availability of a digital pound to the retail user has some benefits, predominantly in terms of enabling choice, the wider benefits are only fully realized when you have a digital ecosystem that supports and interacts with a digital pound. So they need infrastructure, right? They need other things surrounding it. They can't just launch the digital pound and be like, okay, that's it, right? They want to have programs associated with the digital pound to really make it worthwhile, I guess. We're therefore not exploring use cases as a theme in isolation, but rather examining how the digital pound makes it easier to leverage the wider ecosystem benefits of the new era of internet. The new era of internet. I love that. All right. So here's the introduction. I'm not going to read this whole thing to you, but making tax effortless, right? At the end of the day, they want to get paid, right? Taxes, taxes, taxes. That's what the government wants. It'll be easier for them to track all of this stuff. And that's why they're going to push for it. Only pay for what you use. Only pay for what I use. Interesting. Control your money. Okay. Supporting sustainability. Great. And then receiving grants you are due. I don't have any grants. Do you have any grants? I don't know. If you have any grants, let me know down in the comments. But are you going to be receiving money? But this is kind of the ecosystem that they're envisioning that they can help out. Recycling via deposit return schemes. I don't really like this word, but okay. Pay-as-you-recycle waste initiatives, closed recycling rewards, circular economy sharing, reselling and rental platforms, pay-per-use agreements, and grant distributions. Okay, so this is interesting. So I see this all the time in Hawaii. You see like a person on a bike with a garbage can full of, you know, recyclables, right? They're going down, they're getting their money. And this is a way that, hey, you're recycling, we'll pay you back in the CBDC. You can have that money instantly. I've never done recycling so I don't know what you actually get paid in, but I guess this is one of the use cases that they're looking at. When you're, I guess, returning or donating clothes, they'll give you some type of instant reward, maybe. Circular economy sharing and rental platforms. Maybe they'll push like, what are some of those big ones? Like VRBO, and there's a few other ones, but what I feel like is they're going to push some of these companies into using a CBDC, right? Maybe that'll be an option. You can still use your credit card, but if you don't want to pay a fee, use the CBDC, right? And that's the whole premise here. This is going to circulate some banks, right? JP Morgan, Citibank, HSBC. How many billions of dollars do they make per year off of fees that we pay from our cards, right? That's exactly right. So, all right. I thought this was a great clip. It's 27 seconds long. Let's get into it. It says, Jack the Rippler, boom, India. Banks in India are testing XRP on a private ledger to bridge money from A to B, right? This use case that we've been talking about for years. Here you see it in motion.
We are working with Ripple XRP on their CBDC platform, and we are consulting small countries, not like India. So they are very advanced. We are already into the CBDC platform. We are consulting small countries as one of the advisory paper submission and everything on the CBDC, how they can move to CBDC.
Mr. Solomon Ashok, founder, Cars FinTech, and co-founder and CTO of Accelerate Finance, to please.
We are working.
All right. If you haven't liked the video, please go ahead and do so. It really helps me grow. We're trying to get to 20,000 subscribers here in the next 30 to 60 days. I can only do it when you hit like and share the video. So I really appreciate you for doing that. If you haven't hit liked, I'm just kidding. Interesting XRP Ledger on-chain report. The Ripple put out a new report. XRP Vet put this out. XRP Ledger NFTs, total NFT volume nearly 10 million. Total NFT mints more than 5 million. So that's good. You are seeing new things, new use cases being brought to the XRP Ledger, and this is going to bring more liquidity. At the end of the day, we need liquidity. AMMs will help out with that whenever those do get approved and that bug gets fixed. 2023 was definitely the year of building infrastructure for the NFT ecosystem. Here before outreach can even happen. You still have to Twitter DM or create Discord tickets to Marketplace as a project to get a mint page. This is unacceptable. The UI and the UX is behind many of the large blockchains. The initial flooding of derivatives on the XRP Ledger started to turn into more of creative and original projects with great communities, and this trend is super positive. Stablecoin trading liquidity out and into XRP is still very bad, but the AMM should provide the long-awaited change, right? That's what we really need. If you want to move $1 trillion in value a day, we need liquidity inside of the ecosystem, inside of the token to do that. Right? On and off ramps got way better due to, so this is Zooms. So this call it Zamans. What part of Jamaica? That's from Cool Runnings, but I did a horrible job. All right. Integration for basically all popular on and off ramps, X apps. If you're wondering what Cool Runnings is, it was a fun movie back in, like, what was that, the 90s or the 80s? Damn, I just told you how old I was. Good and creative campaigns, reward and incentive mechanisms by MPs and NFT projects are lacking. A few do a great job. More people should use tools like Zeely and Galaxy. So Zeely and Galaxy, I've seen a lot of other ecosystems use this to get people interacting, airdrops, rewards, things like that. I think we could do a better job in the XRP community using these platforms. Together with the whole XRP Ledger ecosystem and its projects, upcoming important amendments like the AMM and sidechains, I am super optimistic and encourage more conversations on how to drastically increase outreach and visibility. On-chain activity last quarter, on-chain transactions increased by 34%, and the number of wallets increased by over 30%. More people are coming into the ecosystem. They're finding XRP as maybe the asset they think will change their lives, their financial freedom, and we really hope, right? That's exactly what we're trying to do here. All right, so XRP presents the opportunity for people to become incredibly wealthy. You do say.
To move away from the dollar as the single world reserve currency and change. And either you accept and embrace and roll with the changes, or you get rolled by the changes. So look, when I think about something like XRP, not knowing much about it, I would say that it presents an opportunity for people to become incredibly wealthy without taking enormous risk, because it's valued at a level that allows you to throw a moderate amount of money at it. And if it works, you make a fortune. Now, I don't know if that's what your intention is or not.
If it works, we make a fortune, and that's what we're hoping, guys. I got some cool XRP merch. I wear it almost every day. Down in the description, if you want a cool, dope shirt for some XRP stuff, I had this one made. I like the space guy in the heart, XRP. Anyways, check it out. Ashley Prosper put this out. Jimmy was right then, and he's still right now. ETH was sold as a security to disguise whales. Evidence was destroyed to obstruct the NESE investigation, and the SEC Gov and Bill Hinman was bribed $15 million pension package to give Ethereum free pass. All true, right? Here's kind of the circular gist. Purchases of ETH in the Genesis sale will be awarded cryptographic receipts in the form of a downloaded wallet. This will enable them to claim their purchases once the product has been developed and is ready for delivery, right? So this wasn't done, this wasn't completed, and they needed this funding to complete it. There's an ICO, right? That's what this whole thing we've been dealing with Ripple, okay? And then you have, which is expected to be created during the winter of 2014, 2015, although there are no guarantees, right? So if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck, right? So if it looks like a security, there was an ICO, It was an ICO, right? So this is an old stuff. We went over this back in July, but I just wanted to point that out. All right, so the digital perspectives, Brad put this out. Pretty interesting. This is the real problem, and every world leader knows it. Question is, what will the U.S. do to preserve the U.S. dollar role in the global stage? So nothing lasts forever, and we've talked about this in previous videos. Here is Portugal, Spain, Netherlands, France, and Britain. They all had the currency of that time. This is back in the 1450 to 1530. Could you imagine living back then? I would not have fun. 110 years was Spain, 80 years the Netherlands, 95 years for France, 105 years for Britain, and right now we are at the danger zone for the US dollar. It's been 80 years. So debt is spiraling. We've talked about this on previous videos. I got a video coming out today about the economy, China's economy and the US's economy, and some pitfalls that I see coming up. All HKM payments via chips, all US dollar payments via, chaps, and then you have chips are transmitted in rich ISO 20022 format. And you can see that this kind of started back here in 2023, and we should be going live with some of this stuff in 2024. The end date for all of this is November in 2025. Okay. Hong Kong plans to regulate over-the-counter virtual assets trading. So Hong Kong launches consultation on regulatory proposals for OTC virtual asset trading. Here's some underlying stuff. Trading services on virtual assets, according to the statement. Consultation will last for 2 months until April 12th. Government sees a need to regulate the services, and some fraud cases have shown the involvement of virtual assets OTC operators. That's not ideal. HK to launch consultation on crypto OTC rules very soon, and Hong Kong firm targets spot Bitcoin ETF launch in the first quarter. So this is really cool. The Hong Kong Monetary Authority, HKMA, announced that Enbridge, a cross-border central bank digital currency initiative, will launch with a minimum viable product in mid-2024. So that's really cool. And guys, if you don't know, right, when you look at the globe and you look at how many partnerships Ripple has been able to amass, if you look at how many central banks they've been able to partner with and work with, you can't deny that they are by far the leader in all of these different categories. All right. If you look at let's look at the top tokens here. Okay. They won't ever use Bitcoin, right? No KYC, no AML, can't use Bitcoin for payments. Banks will never say, hey, we owe you $1 million. Here's some Bitcoin. Never going to happen. Ethereum, you don't know where the gas fees are going. They won't be using public Ethereum for anything. They can use some private stuff for Ethereum, but I just don't think that'll be the use case for payments. BNB, stop it. They got too many problems, and it's not a payment token. It's where you launch shit coins that go nowhere, right? Binance, sorry. Solana, great ecosystem. Didn't they have a halt the other day on their blockchain or some issues? That's not going to be chosen. And then you have XRP, right? USDC, great choice to keep my stables in. I don't keep them in USDT because they have never had an audit on this $96 billion, and it makes me uncomfortable. AVAX, great, or Cardano, great. Still has that kind of caught up in that Coinbase lawsuit, which I think will be settled here very soon. I think Coinbase will win. Avalanche, no. Avalanche won't be used for payments. Great ecosystem. I think AVAX could go to $150 or $200 here. Then you have like Tron, Chainlink. I mean, none of this stuff is really going to be used on a massive scale. This is the one that can be used for those type of payments, okay? All right, so we have a few more things. So just look, you have World Bank connections, of course, Mojo Loop, Bill Gates. I know some people have feelings about Bill Gates. I don't care. I look at partnerships and real use cases. They're associated with all of these different ecosystems, right? ISO, registration management, the ISO, World Economic Forum, Financial Stability Board, W3C, which is the internet. Faster Payments Task Force, that was in the US. And then they're connected with all of this, right? FedNow, Temenos, Finastra, Amazon Web Services, Volante, CGI, Trangolo. It doesn't get bigger than Ripple and XRP. Doesn't get bigger. Okay. And then this King XRP put this out. I'm not going to go through all of this, but if you want to pause the video, scroll in and just take a look at all of these connections. We've gone through a lot of this stuff already in past videos. So I just thought this was something cool to have on. If you're new to XRP or XLM, this is a really cool little guide here. JP Morgan ISO 20022 messaging adoption schedule, receiving starting 2024 based on bilateral agreement, sending starting second half of 2024 on client opt-in basis, message name, bank to customer account report, yada, yada, yada. But this is happening in 2024. We'll see if they want to start using digital assets to move that money. And then Nuum, which is another Ripple partner, 2 new licenses pave the way for Nuum to become one-stop shop for payments in India. Big freaking deal. Awesome, right? Nuum secures in principle approval for RBI for the payment aggregator license and the prepaid payment instruments license, which is great. Great, great. And then Nuum Portal, API, global payments, global card issuance, global accounts, global FX. The X market is a 6 to 7 trillion a day market. If something like XRP could be used to move that value faster, that could be trillions of dollars that we move on the XRP ledger per day to save cost, save time, save energy, right? And here you go. The fintech is now valued at over $2 billion, also issued in over 30 million cards as of 2022. So this is an old number, and launched a new payment product, Nuum Airline Payments, for travel industry. Nuum also acquired the alternative payment platform SoCash in 2022, right? So Ripple partners are getting valued at more. They're going out and they're getting more licenses. This allows XRP to get into more places, more countries, more opportunities. And that is what we need as XRP holders. We need world mass adoption, and we can go out and do whatever we want with our money. I hope you have some good plans to help some people other than yourself and your family, because at the end of the day, the world would be a better place if we all did a little more to help out each other. I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you so much. Actually, I lied. Let's watch this final clip, okay? Because I wanted to talk about this, and let me play this clip and we'll talk about it.
The judges are very smart, but they're not expert in how crypto works, and so therefore the SEC made a lot of statements that were not immediately challenged by the judges. Unfortunately, one of the best examples was one of the SEC lawyers in the Coinbase case said the reason that Bitcoin is not a security is because there is no ecosystem behind it, unlike all of the other tokens. So John Deaton and I, we're sitting next to each other in the audience there, and we just turned and looked at each other. And, you're not supposed to laugh in court. That can get you in trouble. But, our eyes were rolling like, how can they say something so absurd? And the problem is the judge didn't contest that. The judge doesn't know that, in fact, the Bitcoin ecosystem is one of the largest ecosystems on the planet, and arguably is second only to the internet itself in terms of the scope of this ecosystem, where in order for transactions to be validated, there has to be a consensus that involves people and mining in nearly every country across the globe. That's an ecosystem. And then all this building that's happening on top of Bitcoin with ordinals and other things happening. There's no question that there is an ecosystem.
So the reason I want to play this clip is that as cryptocurrency moves through the United States and as judges look at these cases, the lack of ability for a judge to understand the true scope of a crypto project or a blockchain ecosystem is an issue, right? And the lack of knowledge by some of these parties is not helping the overall growth of the ecosystem. And the way that we fix this is regulation through Congress. That is the only way that we're going to fix these problems in the United States, is if Congress comes together, Democrats and Republicans, and puts out clear guidance on crypto regulation in the US. And that is when the entire ecosystem will flourish and prosper. And all of us that are true believers that have been here a while, that is when we will hopefully retire for the rest of our lives and just sip, pina coladas with a little umbrella. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. Aloha. I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.